So to recap to the what we discussed till now, we discussed about only work process related administration we discussed. So in that background jobs are very important, scheduling the background jobs, troubleshooting the background jobs related information. So that things are very, very, very important. So apart from that, remaining are our day-to-day usage purpose. We have to use it. SM50, SM66, ST22, right? Dumps checking, SM21 for the logs checking, right? SM04, SM04. So all these like work process related information, we check it out, right? So updates, background, gateway, spool, printers. So all these things we have checked it out, right? So now today we'll discuss about the client administration part, right? So it will be very interesting, but client administration part. So what does it mean by client administration? So what is mean by client administration? So what is mean by client? So first of all, what is client? So in SAP, when you do the installation, after the installation, you will get the 000001 two clients you will get from the SAP installations, right? So two clients you will get, but in these two clients, we cannot do our business. Business means we cannot store our business data in these two clients. So for this one, what we have to do, for this one, what we have to do, we have to two clients, we cannot do our business data. For this one, what we have to do, we need to update, we need to create new client, we have to create it. In that new client, we have to do the our business and everything we have to perform it, right? That is called the client administration. In the client administration, the first topic we are going to discuss about the client creation. Client creation, why we have to create the client? To run the business, we need to create a client. Suppose we have the development environment, we have the quality systems and production systems, right? In every landscape, you have the three system landscape, right? Every product you have the three system: ECC, development, quality, and production system. You have the three systems, right? Each system you have the one client, right? Development client, so quality client, and production client, right? So what is the client? We have to put it out. Why? Because as of now, we are logging to the 000001 clients. We are doing the our business. We are doing it here, right? We are doing the our business. But in these clients, we cannot do our business. Why? Because it's a standard client, master client. Master client, we cannot run any business, right? So here we need to create the one custom client, one manually you have to create the client. So that client number should be anything from 000 to 999. But here 000 001 already SAP is taken for the as a master client. SAP taken. Other than these two, you can create any client. You can create it 100, 200, 101, 102, whatever your favorite client. You have to take it out. You can create it. But here, when in the training systems, we can create anything. But when you go to the real, so whatever the client informed you to give, so that client only you have to take it. So maximum 100 client, so we can create it, right? Here, so 100 client. So production, normally it's only one client. For development quality, multiple clients we can create it. Multiple clients we can create testing purpose. So development purpose. So multiple clients we can create it in the development and quality systems. Multiple clients we can create it. But production should be only one client. Why? Because production is the production business operations run. Business will run only on the one client. So one production is the one client. Here one client, here one client. Like that, if you want to in the non-production systems, development and quality, we can create the multiple clients, but production should be only one client. Why? Because only one business data will store into the here, right? Why we have multiple clients in the development and quality clients means that's your wish. Some customers, one client they will put as the unit testing, one client they will test the black box testing types. And development also, they have the some development related activities, right? So that is the reason they will create the multiple clients we can create. But production, the suggestible client is only one client we can create it. Example 100. Here also you can create the 100. But additional clients also you can run in the non-production systems. So that is your own risk, right? So that is the client. So, but how to create? What is client? Client is the one of the business entity. Client is one of the business entity. To run the business, you need a client. To run the business in SAP, you need a client. Definitely, you have to create the client here. So, what should be the client number? Any number from 000 to in between any number you can give it, but except 000 and 001 clients. Why means it's already there as part of the installation. You no need to give again, right? So, apart from this two, you can take any number, a number of clients, we can create it, right? So, how to create the client then? So to create the client, we have to go to the SCC4 is the transaction code. SCC4 is the transaction code for creation of the client in SAP. So, but while creating the client, there is a dependency. Sir, here we are creating the multiple clients we are creating, but how the data insertion happens, how the data comes to which client it should go, which client it should go, which client it should go, how the data insertion will happen in the client. So here, suppose you are creating this is the one system, right? Development system. You have one client, 000 client, 001 client, and you have the 100 client also. You have creating new client you are creating here. So when the data comes to your system, your SAP system, which client it should go, either the 000 or 001 or so 100 client, which client it should go. How the client knows, how the system knows where it should go and insert the data, how the client knows here, right? Why? Because each client here, so dependent. Dependent means, so this client has separate users and master, separate data. This client is separate data. It's in the SAP system itself, only one database, but each client we have the separate user ID, password, and the user separate data, separate transaction data, and everything. So it should not be the same here. So if you move the data here, can I access from here means it's not possible. If you have the user ID in the 000 client, can I access from 100 client means it's not possible. So each client has the dependent data we have, client dependent data, which means client specific data we have, right? So here, how the data insertion will happen when the data is coming from external systems to the your SAP system, how the data insertion happens here. So here while coming the data, here this process does not know which client, which system it should go, right? So in this case, here we have to define the logical systems. We have to define the logical systems. We have to define it, logical systems. So logical system means to identify the client. So within the landscape, we need to create and assign a logical systems. We need to create and assign a logical systems here. So to identify the client, so within the landscape, suppose within the system or within the landscape, suppose you have this is the development system, right? This is your development system. Same, you have the quality also available here. Same, you have the quality also available here. In quality also, you have the same clients, right? We have to put the same client, same configuration. You have the same 000, 001, and 100 client, right? In the quality, development and quality system. So same data is coming, where it should go, in the quality client or development client. If it is a development client, in which client? So it is in the dilemma, right? So to avoid this type of issues, SAP introduced the logical system concept, which means, so each client, when you are creating the client, you need to put the logical system, so that, so when the data is coming based upon this logical system, based upon the logical system, data insertion will happen in the table level. So suppose the logical system naming convention is SID, CLNT, and client number. Suppose it's the development system, dev, CLNT, then number means 100 client. It is the quality system, QAS, CLNT, then 100 client. It is the development only, quality only, 000 client, then 000 client. So that here the differentiation is happening, right? Here we can differentiation is happening by checking this logical system naming convention. Like this, we have to give the naming conventions here in the systems. So by giving this type of logical system naming convention, our data insertion will happen. Data insertion will happen into the systems here by checking this one, right? By giving this one, the data insertion will happen into the your client and table level. So we want to create the client. First of all, you need to define the logical systems, right? Logical systems, you have to create it here. So what is the transaction code to create the logical system here? Sale or sale or so BD 54 are the transaction code to create the logical system. Okay, so let's go to the logical system concept now. Okay, let's go to the logical system concept here. Then go ahead and create the go ahead and create the things here. Okay. Okay, so I'm in the system now, you can see. So I'm going to the inside of the system. Okay, so you can directly go to the BD54, you will get the logical system concept. So here logical system, right? Go to the logical system here. So you can define the logical system here, right? Just click on the new entry. So you have already someone created. The client name is called the dev CLNT 100 client, right? 100 client you are going to create it. Then dev 100 client you can give it. Click on the save button. Click on the save button. It will ask you to save the changes here. Transport request you created. Like that, you can create the n number of logical systems. You can create it in order wise. You can create it here. So dev description anything. So you can put the 200 anything. You can give it here, right? Anything you can put it here. Data was saved here, right? So this is the way we have to create the logical systems here. So once you create the logical systems, go to SCC4 here, then client administration. Here you can create the 100 client, you can create it here. So we have already 100 client, but nothing is defined here, right? Nothing is defined here. We have already 100 client, nothing is defined. Then what I can do here, I can delete it here, delete button, right? So then I am going to create the one new client. I'm going to create it here. Click on the new entry. What is the client you are going to create? 100 client. So what is the here means here? So develop dev 100 client, the naming convention I'm giving here. What is the city of the client? So Hyderabad. What is the logical system here? Here you have to just click on the browse button, then you will get the logical systems previously which you created, right? That logical system, the screen will come here. 100, 200 clients, right? Just click on the 100 client. You are creating the 100 client, you have to put only 100 client. You are creating the 100 client, if you put the 200 client, there is no usage here. And also it makes sense, right? To give the, so both should be same client here. What is the client currency here? What is the currency here? So maybe it's the Indian currency client, we can put INR. If it is the Europe client, euros, right? So depends upon the, here many euros are there here. So many things are there. Depends upon your client. So your client usage, maybe you can put like, so anything here. Depends upon your client usage. You can put that related currency, you can put in the systems here, right? So you can put the systems here. It is an Indian client, right? So that what we will do here, we will put the so his Indian client, right? We will put like currency, so INR, right? Then Indian rupee. Then what is the client role here? This is the development role. That is the customization. It is the production. Then we will put like production. It is the testing, test client. Demo, training, whatever you want to put, you can put it. It's a training client. Then you can put the training client. So here client role will tell the system. SID is our SID. We can put like this is a development SID, like that we kept, right? So if you put the something like here client role is the training, then this is the training system. If you put the client role is the production, then this client is the production client. Like this, So this client to client role will tell us what is this client for, like that. So we can recognize it, and also system also can recognize, okay, depends upon the client role. This is the training system, so that it will act accordingly, right? This is the way we have to so give the logical system here, right? So to come to the screen here, you have to come here, you have to create the logical systems. Again, you have to enter the logical system. If a logical system is not there here, then you have to go to the BD54 transaction code. You have to create the logical system again, right? So then before itself only, for creation of the client, the dependency activity is the logical systems. The dependency activity is the logical systems. You have to create it here. Logical system, we have to create it here. So that when you create the logical systems, you have to create it here. When you are creating the logical systems, so that so the client can be recognized, data can be go to the which system, something like that. Why? Because table is only one, but we have many clients, but the user data different in the each client. Suppose you have the Ravi user, Ravi user, Ravi user. Here in this client, there's some password, here different password, different passwords. One user, you have the three different passwords and three different clients. How the data insertion will happen depends upon the logical systems, right? The logical systems are the very important role will play. Logical systems will play the very important role. So that we have to provide the logical systems only while creating the client. So before that, you have to create the client with the logical systems you have to create, then provide the client. So which client is this? Depends upon your usage. So it's the training, demo, like that we can put the client. So what about this one? These are the client settings. So which means client specific objects and cross client objects. Client specific means dedicated to the 100 client, only 100 client. You want to do, if you put the no changes are allowed, so no one can do any changes in the development system. No one cannot do any changes in the your objects in the development system. If you put this one, automatic record, anyone can do changes, but that will be recorded what you are doing and everything. If you put this one, changes without automatic record means they can perform the changes, it will not be automatic recording. Development system, right? We should know what persons are doing and everything, right? So if it is a production system, we can put like, so no changes are allowed, no changes are allowed, no changes are allowed, which means people, they cannot do any changes, direct changes in the production system. That is the suggestible approach from the SAP also. You can't do any changes directly in the production system. If you want to do any changes, you have to come with the development, quality, and production. Suppose here in the car showroom, so they have done the development activities, manufacturing, they went to the testing is done in the quality system, then that went to the production in the showroom. So they identified the one defect in the production, right? Will they rectify directly in the production? Production means, so will they rectify directly in the production? No, right? That bug they cannot rectify directly in the production, right? Why? Because it's a showroom, no mechanics, no manufacturers are available here. Again, the car will re-go to here development team. Again, development person, they will check it out and they will do the bug fix, they will perform it here. So then again it will go to the quality, that they will test it. Once done it, then again same changes will move to the quality system. So that is the scenario will happen in the real time also. Now that is the same time will happen in the SAP also, it will happen. So directly they cannot do anything here. You have to go to the again manufacturing unit. They have to they will fix that bug. They will go to the quality, and the production they will go to like this only, right? This is what will happen in the, so in the real time scenario in the SAP also it will happen. So that is the reason. So production always the client settings should be closed here. How the system knows means, if you close it here, no one cannot do any changes in the system, no one will do anything. But if you put like automatic recording, then so anyone can do changes, anyone can do the changes in the systems, right? Here the changes means client specific objects, means only specific to this client. Yes, cross client means all the clients in the systems, some data, the master data is applicable for the all the clients. Master data is applicable for the some of the data, some of the few specific data are applicable for the all the clients. Means you are in the 100 client, you can do the some other client changes also, you can do that one. That is called the cross client changes. So you want to do that changes also? Yes. No, I don't want to do any changes. Then just put no. No. Repository, cross client, any object changes? No, no, no. If it's a development, it should be yes. Why? Because development means changes are required here. Production means no direct changes. Quality also no direct changes. So that is the reason we have to open the client here. We have to open the client. We have to open the client. Client to open closer means here we have to open the systems. We have to open the system here. Means we have to put the open and then save it. Then here client will be saved here. Client will be saved here. The data was saved here, right? So this is the way we have to create the client and logical system. Client and logical system we have to create it. The same way we have created now. Client we created and the logical system also we created in the systems. This is the way we have to follow, right? So to create the client, so definitely you need to put the logical system. See here, I'm going to create the one more client. You can put the client number, currency, logical system. I'm going to create the 400 client. Then 400 client you put it out. But when you go to the logical system, but here there is no 400 logical system, right? The logical system naming convention would be SID, CLNT 400. 400 is not there. Then again, we have to open the screen, go to the take the one more new session. Here there is a new GUI window. Take it and go to the BD54. Then create the new logical system. Then come to the screen and you have to create the client. This is the one. Right? This is the client creation and the logical system naming convention and the client to open and the client to close. Many times in the day-to-day activity, the people will ask you to please open the client and close the client. Client open means you have to go to the SCC4, then put the open. Open means changes are allowed. Means they will do the changes. Then they will ask you to close the client. Then no changes are allowed. No changes are allowed. Save it. So this is what we have to do on the regular basis in the every client. So this is what the people will request you to create the client here, right? We will request you to create the client in the systems, right? This is what they will do. Someone already created data customization today only, right? So this is what people will perform the client creations and everything in the systems. So by default, you have already clients are there, but cannot run the business. Now we have to create the 100 client. We can do only business on the 100 client only. We can do the business here. That is the client creations and the logical system naming conventions and everything. Any questions from anyone here regarding the client creations and everything?
So go to SSC4.
Okay.
Double click on anything. Oh, yeah, last line.
This one.
Yeah.
This is the client copy protection levels, some security standards, which means, so it's not very mandatory. The thing is here, someone is performing the client copy. What is like our next topic is the client copy. Client creation is done. This is the client copy. Someone is when someone is performing overwriting the data on this client. From this client to someone is overwriting the data on this client. Then here this will restrict it. So suppose if you put the protection level 0, then no restriction. If you put protection level 1, the people will not override anything in the 100 client. That is what we have to put the client copy protection levels. Protection levels, we can do that one. So that we will discuss once the client copy is completed. So client creations are completed. In the client administration itself, we have the few more topics like client copies. Client copies. In the client copy is our next topic. In the client copies, you will get the local client copy, remote client copy, client. Tomorrow I will explain what is this here. But first of all, you should
Okay.
create a client, right? So create the one client.
Yeah.
You have to create the one client here and open the client or close the client. That is your wish. So if you want to open the, sometimes we get the emails. Please open iBasis team. Please open the client. That time you have to go to the here. Then you have to open the client here. You have to go to the here. Then click on the change mode. Then click on the open. Then open. Just save it. Someone will tell like close the client. Then close it. So then close it. Save it. This is a save button. This is a, suppose it's no display mode, you can change it to the change mode. This is a new entry. Suppose you want to delete, you can delete it here. If you want to do
no writing also we choose closing client.
yes, it's not required. It's not very mandatory to no overwriting. It's automatically it's been no overwriting. But if you it's automatic by basically it is a no restriction in the development kind of quality client. But when you are doing changes in the production, when you are opening the production, yeah, we should make it like no overwriting or something like so we have to put it out here. So that
Sir,
no,
if that overwriting happen, client will be gone. Na?
yes, right, yes,
Client
right. Yeah, but no,
we'll in trouble then.
right. That's why we have this protection levels, client copy protection levels. So if you want to do system level in the client, if you want to do any changes, so it should be it should be open status. It should be open status. So if it is closed now, if it is closed now, okay, let me do one changes now in the system. Let me log into the 100 client. Suppose like I have to log into the 100 client now. If I try to do any changes in the system, it will not allow. It will not allow me to do the changes. Why? Because client is closed. So please open the client, something like that. It will give the information, right? It will give the information. You have to perform in the system. I think again I need to log into the 100 client. So to log into the 100 client, there is separate procedure. But again, because to log into the newly created client, we have to use the SAP star with the pass. Pass is the password. So PAS pass. Why? Because just you created the client, there is no user in 100 client. But SAP star with the pass works by changing the one profile by enabling the SAP star user. SAP star with profile will have. Now I see I logged into the 100 client now. I logged into the 100 client now. So if I do any changes in the system, if I do any changes in the system, it will not allow. It will not allow me to do. Why? Because the client is closed now. The client is closed now. So here, let me go to what changes I have to do it now. Go to something like I'm changing the one change here. Suppose one table name. So here system setting does not allow any changes, which means your systems are saying that your system settings are does not allow any changes in this client. Why? Because what I did is here I put like I put client is down and client is closed. So I cannot do any changes in the system here. I cannot do any changes in the system. That is the main thing here. So to do the changes, you have to open the client. You have to open the client, then you are allowed to do the changes. So that is the main thing here, right? And also how to log into the newly created client here. So to log into the newly
Sir,
created, right? Yes,
sir, sir, 1 minute. Sir, you deleted client, right?
yes.
So is it required to delete the entry from T000 from the table or not?
No, no. If you delete from here, that will be deleted from the T000 also, the table also. If you delete it here,
Okay.
that will be deleted from the 3000 also.
Okay.
Yeah.
From SCC for delete client and complete client will be gone.
Right. If you delete it, entire client data will be done.
Okay.
That is the reason, right? If you have the two clients already, those are the SAP provided clients. SAP provided clients. So SAP provided clients means master data will be available. We have already two clients, right? 000 and 001 clients we have. So then why you are creating one more client for your business purpose? Why? Because this is a business client. This is a SAP client. Here SAP data, master data available in this client. But here, why again you are creating the new client means here this is the business client, which means we have to store only business data in your business client, not in the here. Why? Because these are the SAP provided. So SAP is not recommended to do the business. You are store the data in the 000 You have to do in the your own client. You have to create the one new client. You have to log into the any one of the client. You have to create your own client. You have to create it. From there, you have to log in and you need to do the business. Don't touch these clients. They will say like, don't touch these clients. Any emergency cases only we have to log in and we have to retrieve the data, but not like that. So all the business users will log into this clients only. But as a basis
Yes.
consultant, we will have the access to all the clients.
Is there any possibility for backup that client?
For backup, possible to backup the client means we have to so take the DB backup only.
DB backup and restore. Okay.
Right. Okay, this is the client creation and the logical system creations. So it's clear, right? So everyone, how to create the client, why we have to create the client, why we need so one more client or two more clients, why we required. So sir, already clients are there, they exist. So I think all your doubts are clarified. Any questions from anyone still? You can ask me.
Sir,
Yes, Amika.
can we have two clients based on a single logical system?
We can create it, we can assign it, but not a problem. But when you are doing the actual testing and real-time system, when the data insertion is happening, it will create that some trouble. It will create the trouble here. You can put the two logical systems, not a problem, right? Suppose in the one system, suppose like example, one system, you have the suppose 100 client you created and 200 client you created. By mistakenly, you given logical system like dev CLNT 100 client. This is the 100 client. That is fine. But same logical system you also given here, right? This is the 200 client, right? So 200 client. This is the 200 client. CLNT 200. This is sorry 100 only you are given same logical system to the 200 client. Okay. Your jobs are running. Maybe data insertion is happening. Maybe some data is coming. Data will insert into the table level based upon the logical system, right? Based upon the logical system, data will go and insert into the table level. So this logical system has, so see this 100 client logical system has this one and same also here. So you want, when you are trying to fetch the data from the database level, you want to 100 client, in the 100 client, you need how many employees are there, you are trying to fetch it out. You will get the, based upon the logical system, you will fetch the data, but you will get the 200 client also, right? Why? Because same logical system is available in the 100 client and the 200 client also. So you will get both. You will be in the confusion. And also when the data insertion is happening, so it will in the dilemma. It should go this client or this client. It should be in the dilemma. So your jobs insertion may fail. While jobs is running, it will insert the some data into the table level. So it may fail it. Which client is this related? Why? Because 2 is assigned. So it will create the confusion. So as a best practice, as per the SAP recommended, so for each client, there should be a different logical system we have to assign it. That is the reason logical system we are assigning, right? To identify the client within the landscape, we need a logical system, right? That is the what.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Right? So that is the one. Then after that, how to log into the newly created client? How to log into the newly created client? So how to log in? So is there any option? Why? Because we are logging with the already clients, already we have some clients are there, already some clients are there. We are logging with those clients with 100 or 200 or 300 or 000, 001, we are logging. Then I have created the new client. How can I log in here? How can I log into the newly created client? So you have to use the 000. You have to use the one SAP star. Why? Because you created the client, not the data. Why? Because as of now you have the user IDs in these two clients, but you don't have any user ID here. Why? Because user ID passwords are different in the each and every client. So you have to log in now. How to log in here? So you have to enable the SAP star user. You have to enable it SAP star with pass. So that is the password for the emergency user, for enabling the SAP star user. For that one, you need to change the one parameter. You need to change the one parameter. You have to change it here. System configurations, you have to change it here. So where to change the system configurations? Again, it is a very big topic. Okay. Shall I explain now? It may take a longer duration, or shall I explain tomorrow? Parameters and profiles. While discussing the client copies, you may get the few more new topics also. So that you can understand everything. Okay. So shall I discuss, or will you guys practice?
Practice, sir.
Okay. You guys practice, right? So Ambika, at least.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir,
Practice it. Practice
sir,
it.
one doubt, how to